Hi, this is Jennie Walker and welcome to Closet Conversations. Today I want to talk to you about Poshmark's new Posh Remit program. This is meant to make it really easy to take care of collecting and paying in state and local sales taxes that are now going to be instituted around the country by these new laws that have passed, and that affects all the resellers. Now, prior to Poshmark creating this program, there was a lot of talk about in the resale community about what were people going to do? How in the world were small resellers going to be able to effectively and accurately collect sales tax on all of these different counties and all of these different states for, taxes in their own state versus other states, et cetera, et cetera. So what Poshmark has done is they've created a program where they're basically going to take care of everything, which is so fantastic. They have the technology that's going to be able to know what county, what state, based the seller, and know where you're based. You're based as a seller and where the person is based as a buyer. And their smart computers are going to figure out exactly what those taxes should be. They're going to collect those taxes. You'll never see it as a seller, and they're going to remit those taxes back to the appropriate states and counties as required. Now, this is an extraordinary landmark invention, I'll call it, because one of the issues I face as a reseller and someone who operates a business is that I have the onus of collecting sales tax for people in the state of California and making sure through my quarterly reporting that sales tax is paid back in. And I wish so much that eBay had a way to just take the money so that I don't ever have to deal with it, because it's really quite a task to make sure that you've collected everything, set it aside in an account, and then pay it back in as needed and do those reports. And the fact that Poshmark has come up with a way to do this, I think, is just fantastic. And I am very sure that eBay and other platforms will follow suit, because they have to. They have to find a way to collect those monies and pay them in. And the government, I'm sure, would much rather get sales taxes from someone handling 5 million sellers directly than 5 million sellers trying to figure it out on their own. So I think this is absolutely extraordinary. So I just want to read you a little bit about what this email says. It says, we're excited to introduce Posh Remit, an innovative, hassle-free service that calculates state and local sales taxes, collects it from shoppers, and submits the appropriate amount to the state on behalf of seller stylists, so you can focus on your business, not your taxes. As you may have heard, new laws have been enacted that require marketplaces to collect sales tax on all eligible orders. This means that Poshmark is required to be otherwise, it says, let me say it again. This means that Poshmark is required or may be otherwise obligated to collect sales tax on sales and submit these taxes directly to states and localities. To simplify sales tax for our community, we created Posh Remit, one of the first countrywide tax remittance services. This allows Poshers to continue to reach shoppers across the United States while at the same time supporting their local communities directly. Starting in April, Posh Remit will begin collecting and submitting sales tax on all eligible orders, and we've updated our terms of service effective as of March 28th to reflect these changes. Seller stylists are quickly becoming the next generation of retailers, and we're committed to continuing to scale our services to make it easy for anyone to run and grow their own business on Poshmark. So there is an FAQ section, and it says, how is sales tax calculated? State and local sales tax, when applicable, will be charged on items purchased on Poshmark that are shipped to a U.S. address. The amount of sales tax charged on an order is based on a number of factors, including, but not limited to, 1, the type of item purchased, 2, buyer's delivery address, 3, seller's return address, and 4, shipping costs. State sales tax may not be charged if buyer's delivery address is located in the following states: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, Oregon. Please note, Poshmark does observe states' sales tax holidays, Poshmark will not charge applicable sales tax on these dates to the extent that the law exempts as the specific item that is purchased. Okay, next it says FAQ for sellers. What does sales tax mean for me? Poshmark will automatically calculate, collect, and submit state and local sales tax for sellers on a regular basis. If you'd like to review how much sales tax has been collected and remitted for your sales, simply request a My Sales report. Now I'm going to stop right here because as someone, for myself, who has to report everything, this is really, really important because before, for California, I had, when I did my quarterly sales tax, I said, okay, this much money was for the state of California, and I then had to pay the sales tax that wasn't collected, and I had to report it. So in this case, I'm going to I'll get the information of how much was reported and how much was collected, but I'm going to have to talk to the people at the Board of Equalization to figure out, well, am I supposed to tell you that this stuff was already paid? Are they going to tie it to my Social Security number? How are they going to do that when I'm registered as a business? So these are questions that I have that I'm going to be emailing Poshmark about because they can tie it to my Social Security number or to my name or to my email address, whatever information they have on me, but they can't tie it to my business. So they can't do that unless I tell them that information. So my hope is that they will create a way for legitimate, incorporated and LLC, etc. entities to put that information into their system so that it can, work that way. I know it works that way on PayPal. You have to tell it which entity to report on, whether it's you as an individual or if you have a company and your EIN number. But let's keep going. What does this mean when I have to report taxes? Sellers don't need to collect and or pay sales tax for Poshmark orders sold and delivered within the United States. Currently, Posh Remit will calculate, collect, and remit sales tax on behalf of our sellers to state taxing agencies on a regular basis. Again, I don't know what that means for me as someone who's, I'm doing all this reporting already. So it wouldn't be accurate to say that I didn't collect and or pay that money. So I got to figure that out. So we're going to let them tell me what to do. All right, next, FAQs for shoppers. Why did I get charged sales tax? Now that's going to be a big question because people really notice when you charge sales tax. And so this is going to be interesting. Poshmark is responsible for charging sales tax as applicable per state laws and local tax laws or where Poshmark is otherwise obligated to do so. Sales tax can vary per order due to several factors. If you have an available Posh credit balance, your credits will first be applied towards your order, which includes sales tax, prior to charging your payment method. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you might be paying with a credit, which will then reduce the amount of cash but it would not reduce the amount of tax you need to pay. Okay. Those are my words, not theirs. Please note Poshmark does observe states' tax holidays. Users will not be charged applicable sales tax on these dates to the extent that the law exempts the specific item that is purchased. If you have any questions or concern, contact us here. Why was I charged a different sales tax amount for my offer? Sales tax on completed offers may vary from the estimated tax amount shown at the time the offer is made, due to several factors such as final offer price, delivery address, and tax rates. So that's interesting. So, that makes sense. The sales tax in the end is going to be the final price that you accept on an item. So all they can do is estimate until they know more. Let me look under the several factors area because they have a link here in this email and I want to share that with you and see if we can learn more. I'm liking this a lot. So let's see. It says, how is sales tax calculated? We went over that. We went over all that. Wait, is this the same thing? basically they're just repeating what they said earlier about how sales tax is calculated. Again, based on the type of item purchased, buyer's delivery address, seller's return address, and shipping costs. And they're mentioning the states Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon, where I don't think they charge sales tax. So that's what that's about. So here are my thoughts. I think this is a game changer. I just think this is fantastic. They have taken away one of the most difficult parts that I feel I have in the paperwork in my own business. I do have an LLC. I'm also co-owner of another company that is an LLC. And, we have to do the quarterly reporting. As a matter of fact, it's now April, so we finally have, as of midnight tonight, our sales for the quarter, January through March. And we have to calculate how much is from the state of California, how much are online sales, which of the online sales were in the state of California, which of the online sales were not in the state of California. So, it's a whole thing. So I'm just thrilled that they've done this program. And I'm really hoping that eBay will do the same, because if I can get to the point where eBay is taking the money directly and Poshmark is taking directly the money, that only leaves in-person sales, like in my showroom, or local sales that I might have, that really where I will have to be responsible for collecting and paying back in that sales tax. So that's it. I am thrilled that they're one of the first ones to figure this out. And what's really great about this is that it tells me not only how smart they are, but they've got a system to do this. That means when they go international, and they're going to Canada first, they've already got some technology in place that's going to assist where maybe there's customs that are needed to go into a different country, or, some sort of special international shipping. I mean, these people have really done something extraordinary, and I really cannot wait until they go international, go to Canada, and they have not said whether that is Canadian to Canadian or Canada to the U.S. I'm so hopeful it is Canada to the U.S. because that we sell to so many Canadians with our consignment shop at Viden Luxury Consignment, and so I know that's going to really open up a lot of things for everybody. And I'm so excited to be with Poshmark here in these early phases, because the sky's the limit, and I'm going to grow with them. And that's it. This is Jennie Walker with Closet Conversations. If you like what you've heard today, please give a 5-star rating, leave a comment if you have something positive to say, and subscribe to this podcast. Please feel free to share this on social media. And if you want to be in touch with me directly, you can do so off of my website at JennieGirlsCloset.com or through any of my social media handles that I have out there. I am on Instagram as Jennie Girls Closet. I'm on Facebook as Jennie Girls Closet. I'm on Twitter as Jennie Girls Closet. I'm everywhere. So look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to having a new podcast in the future. And I appreciate your support, and have a good day.